Alright, hey people, Matrix 10 ST here, coming with you at a movie review. I just saw Cowboys and Aliens, and I'm not familiar with the comic book, so not gonna be any references to the comic books that I know of. But I'm gonna basically review it probably in 1 or 2 minutes, a couple minutes, not nothing real big. But alright, here we go. Um, Well, the movie was actually pretty good. I think I thought it was gonna be cheesy because of the title Cowboys and Aliens, you know. But it was actually a very action-packed movie, and I enjoyed Daniel Craig as some type of um down south action hero who lost his memory. I mean, he didn't have the best southern accent, but he didn't have the worst either. And I enjoyed Harrison Ford's as pretty much retired war colonel who basically just you know got his own posse. He has really kind of a gang. He gets what he wants, but he doesn't really. He's kind of a good guy. He just just likes to get what he wants. You know, and his son's a complete dick, and pretty much it starts off with Daniel Craig. He's lost his memory. He wakes up in the desert. He lost his memory. And then some guys come upon him. You know, as you can see in the trailer, he pretty much kicks their ass, steals their clothes, then he takes a horse, rides into a small mining town, which is supposed to be where gold is. This right, mining town, but not really any in the area. And Harrison Ford's character, he's basically the guy who gets all the cattle, like the livestock, and keeps people there pretty much. And uh, he's kind of like a corporate leader, kind of like Donald Trump of that area. He has all the money, all the power. I mean, and he thinks he's kind of above the law, but he's not, but he finds out that he's not. And so Daniel Craig's character, he comes to the mining town. He runs into a preacher because Daniel Craig he has a wound, and he runs to a preacher trying to clean himself up. The preacher comes to him with a gun. He says, "Turn around slightly, son." Before he does that, he takes Craig's gun, puts it in his pouch, and then he says, "Hands up to heaven." And I think that was actually a good line. I don't think I've ever heard that before. And so that was a good one-liner. Um, Pretty badass. Clancy Brown was the preacher, and he looked pretty badass. I don't think I've ever seen him do any real action stuff. And I mean, that wasn't a lot of action, but what he did with the guns and stuff, he was really good. He looked really good. That looked like a part that he should play more often. Like the more like the badass preacher type, kind of like you know, on True Grit. That's how I can see Clancy Brown doing stuff like that. But anyway, there's aliens flying. Daniel Craig's lost his memory, and then people are taken. The aliens come down, and like Daniel Craig, he's like has the wrist bracelet. He woke up with that, and he didn't know what it was. He was trying to get it off, but he didn't have no luck. He didn't have any luck whatsoever. But then later on that night, he he was pretty much in jail. He got himself in trouble. He got out with the wrist, of course, and then he could feel that it was beeping. I guess, and the aliens were getting closer, though. I guess that was a signal for that. And he pretty much shoots an alien down, takes it out, you know, and pretty much everybody who's taken is gone, and so people they want their people back, and so pretty much it's just like a group adventure. Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford, the leaders, the battling two generals, and a lot of action, a lot of bravery, a couple of deaths, some you didn't expect, some you expected, but It just kept you guessing. It kept you thinking. It kept you wondering what was going to happen next. It kind of made me jump a couple times because those aliens, I thought they were going to be cheesy, but they were actually they look pretty darn good. Now later on, I'm going to be looking information up on the comic book, but I think that those aliens did they were a good job. The aliens were more CG were you know they were CG, but they looked very realistic, and so that was nice. And um, the actors did very very well with trying to act like they were being attacked by the CG, and I thought that was perfect. I thought that was amazing, and you know he comes out at the end a hero. Everybody's pretty much who you want to come out safe, unharmed. It was pretty good. It was a maybe a 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, and I think this is a pretty good summer movie. You should go take your wife and children, your cousins, family members, friends, the whole gang. But it's a pretty good movie, 4.5 out of 5. Um, uh, Next I will definitely be doing the Amazing Spider-Man trailer analysis and review, and then Thundercats because I saw that on Friday when it came out, and it was a epic first episode. I think that's maybe the best first episode of any cartoon I've ever seen. So all right, subscribe, leave comments below, like this video, but you know what? I love it when you like it. White boy. White boy 7th Street. Thanks guys, and I'll see you next time. Excelsior.